Hello, fabulous people. This is the Together podcast, and this is the place where Cherise and I come together to help you get it together for your everyday business life. So we hope you enjoy.
Hello, everyone. How are you? Happy Tuesday. Welcome to the Together podcast with Natalie E and Cherise B. And it's Tuesday again. And what is the date? Like July 29th or 30th or something? 28th, 29th. I got to look at 29th. It is July 29th. And it's almost August. Like August is here. And we're heading into the last part of the year. And today we're going to talk about how are you going to end the year? What have you done this year that you feel accomplished about? And then what are you going into the last quarter of the year? And how are you going to end this year?
Yeah.
Happy, successful,
yes.
Meaningful.
Yes.
Making it make sense. Like, let's just make sense regardless, right?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, got that lighting right, girl.
Good morning, everybody. Thank you, Cherise, for introducing us to today. And yes, we're going to talk about the year end because I was talking to a client yesterday and I was like, okay, you want to go 90 days out or you want to go to the end of the year? And he was like, well, the end of the year is right around the corner. Let's do that. And I was like, oh my God, the end of the year is right around the corner. And then for me, this year specifically, I want to take 2 weeks off for Thanksgiving and I want to take 2 weeks off for Christmas. Mm-hmm. So that's 4 weeks. I got 5 months left because basically this is July 29th. Yeah. We're done. July's gone.
Yeah.
August, September, October, kind of November. So I'm working with like 4 working months here of getting things done that I want to get done. And so it just shocked me like, man, gosh, I know time flies, but wow, time's flying like this. Mm-hmm. And so one of the other things that I realized and why I wanted us to have this conversation is I look at I think I just threw it in my trash can, but for Q1, I had this amazing list and I got everything done. I don't know if I got it done in Q1, but I got it done. Mm-hmm. And so it just reminded me the power of writing it down because I had this list like printed out, like I typed it up, I printed it out, I put it on the wall. When I accomplished something, I marked it off the wall. Accomplished the next step, I marked it off. And so I want to remind you guys, if y'all going to take off, at the end of the year, what does that look like for you? I advise that you do take off at the end of the year for that, revamp, spend time with family around the holidays. It's such a good time for that. But with that being said, that means we got to get some stuff done. Like we got to get some stuff done between now and the end of the year. So, all right. So, Cherise, and I wanted to talk about your speaking event. I'm sorry, y'all. My lighting is doing crazy stuff. But so, I got to get it right this morning. But I wanted to talk about your speaking event. And so, a little bit as well. So, okay. So, let's talk about your speaking event for 2 seconds first.
Going on. We see you. It's
the thing, and it shouldn't be driving me this crazy. It ain't that complicated. It's lighting.
There you go, right there.
Every week.
There you go.
So so what really happened is I had a boy spend a night party 2 weeks ago and a girl spend a night party this week. And so I'm getting everything back together, and so that's really what's going on, like getting stuff back together. So I won't say it's the light's fault, but nevertheless. Okay, so let's talk about your speaking event real quick because I showed up. It was so nice to see the ladies. Hey, everybody that was there. And then after that, I want you to give 3 tips for what people can do to get their stuff done by the end of the year. So speaking event first.
Okay. So had a really great time, really great turnout over at Firemaker Brewery. Thank you so much for showing up. Girl, I was standing up there and I saw you walking in and I almost lost it. Like, but I was like, pull it together. Because I'm super transparent about where I am and what I'm doing in the moment. Mm-hmm. And I will show my emotions are all over my face. So when I saw you, I know they were like, and people looked back and I was like, That's a stay focused with me. So it was really good. I was so happy that my tribe showed up. We were
Yeah.
on Ladies Lifestyle Network, and I enjoyed myself. I was speaking about owning the room before you open your mouth.
Ooh.
I want to give a tip about showing up and reading the room. It's super important. I talk to you a lot about connecting with people and connecting with your
Mm.
audience, whether it's online or in person. It's so extremely important for you to discern, you ladies, using your intuition and your discernment. And when
Mm.
message needs to shift, it's okay. Like that's why you have to get really comfortable with speaking,
Mm-hmm.
because the most important thing is to connect with the audience.
Yeah.
So once, everyone started showing up, I saw who was, coming into the room. I realized like, oh, these are advanced women. These are women who are already owning the room. So, let's shift it and let's talk about what it's going to take to truly captivate this audience and keep them, okay, when you show up in the room and connect with them, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, and
Mm-hmm.
it was really funny because I had my corporates, I had my entrepreneurs, I had my corporates who had retired and were newly showing up in new rooms, because those corporate rooms are different from these entrepreneur rooms, right?
Yes, definitely.
So
Yes.
and there's more freedom out here in the entrepreneur world, right? So you have
Mm-hmm.
to understand what that looks like and what that means. You really get to be a lot more of yourself. You get to be your complete self, and people love that.
Yes. Yes.
That's what they want, so I enjoyed that. And I was just so excited to see people, because you always are concerned, like, is anybody going to show up? Oh my goodness.
You
Am
had
I
a full house.
Yes, it was a full house. It was a full house. And I was so proud, so proud. And thank you again for showing up. I was like, Natalie, it's just
I got
been
there as soon as I
good.
could. I don't start working I think until 7. But anyway, I got there as soon as I could. And it was good to get out. It was good to see people. It was good to be out. So I'm
Yeah.
so glad I was able to come.
Yeah, and quite a few of them were excited to see you and meet you because they haven't met you in person before. They're like, "Is that Natalie?" I'm like, "That's Natalie."
It was so funny because I had ordered some food and just not smart. I ordered nachos because they looked so good. I saw somebody else's nachos and I was like, I want that. And so people were saying hey to me, and like my face is all food up, fingers all food up. Like,
Exactly.
so I gotta be conscious of that, more conscious of like, choosing good food choices that don't have me looking crazy. So
Yeah, girl, but you know what? It was such a relaxed,
it
cool,
was. It
environment.
was.
Everybody was just laid back and just happy to be there and see each
Yeah.
other.
Yeah. It's so nice to be out
So
in the
much more
city.
of that. Yep, so much more of that has to happen.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So now shifting, what would you tell everybody, our people? What are they 3 things they need to do to get it together for the rest of the year?
Here we go. Talking to me.
Right? Get it together. Okay, that's what
Y'all,
we're here
me
for.
and I. Um, First of all, get all the way clear. I'm gonna always start with clarity. Get all the way clear about what you want the end of the year to look like. And
Yes.
based off how you started and where
Yes.
you are now will tell you what needs to happen,
Mm-hmm.
for the end of the year. I am super proud to, I may not have accomplished everything, but I accomplished some really big things. And which really have navigated me into what the end of the year needs to look like. And I have a mastermind coming up in August with 2 ladies that are gonna fly in, and we are going to we got one focused topic, right?
Mm-hmm.
One goal that we are going to clear out
Yeah.
for the year. So that's extremely important. What I'm gonna do, I also have my Activate Your Abundance coming up. So
Mm-hmm.
extremely important because I haven't done it
Mm-hmm.
all year. I
Mm-hmm.
attempted and it just wasn't happening.
Mm-hmm.
realized why it wasn't happening. Had to go back to the drawing board because this thing has to be done right. So I'm having that in August. I'm going to do it the August 10th through the 31st, my 21 day. That 21 day is going to be that setup for the rest of the year for a lot of people.
Yeah.
So, and myself as well.
Yeah.
So to set up the momentum, the clarity and just understanding. So one thing I want to say is, Natalie, we talked about focusing, in which I hate to bring it up, but I have to for accountability. We were supposed to be doing a 90-day challenge that we didn't.
Right.
That's okay. Right. This is accountability.
So, okay, I will say, even though I didn't, because I was like, oh, shit, I need to create this and create this and create this and create that. I didn't do it, but I have been doing it for myself. So I'm on that 90-day challenge for myself of creating a vision and reading it to myself for 90 days. Okay, and so what I want to do, because I was like, man, you really shouldn't open your mouth. But anyway, that's be life, and that's how my mouth be working.
That's how we be doing.
That's what I be moving.
Get happy.
My brain. So, because I would like to have like a journal prompt for people each day that go along with the 90-day challenge and reading that vision for yourself in 90 days. And so, okay, so what were you going to say about that? Did I need to be talking about?
What I was going to say is put yourself on a challenge, okay? Yeah. Like put yourself on a specific challenge for at least one goal. And that is extremely important because it's got to be at least one thing that you need to finish out,
Yes.
And if you're working on it, you're going to complete it, and those are the things for me, that consistency, that repetition is what gets me to my goals. That's why those activations are so important to me. And one specific thing for me is I'm going to have an event at the end of the activation. So I have to organize that as well.
Right.
And so that will put me, so let me say this as well. That put me on my schedule for 26, right? Yeah. So that I do exactly what I'm supposed to do for 26. So 26 actually has a real schedule. I'm happy about that. That makes me feel excited and accomplished, professional, and all the things. So, one, get clear, about what is it that you really, truly want.
Okay, and does this get clear for what I want by the end of the year?
By the end of the year, period.
All right, I got you. One, get clear.
Okay, get clear. Pick one goal.
Okay.
One goal. And of course, you can pick other goals. This is just my tip for you.
Yeah.
Pick that one thing that you really want to accomplish.
Right.
And lock in on it. Okay. And 3, get you some accountability for it.
Gotcha.
So it sounds like you need to sign up for the Activate Your Abundance Challenge. That's what it sounds like. So when I get the links and stuff out, you need to get on the challenge. That's what needs to happen.
Okay. I will commit to doing this challenge. Your challenge is 21 days. It's gonna be a 21-day challenge. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. What time I got to get up in the morning for that? You be early.
Yeah. Well,
early too, but you be real early.
Yes, but here's the thing. I show up at 4 a.m. for me.
Ooh,
okay. That's the accountability for me. If you want to show up at 4 a.m., that's fine. But the information is still there for whenever you get up.
Okay.
Whenever you want it, it's just do it. Just make sure it's done that day. Listen to the message that I put out there and, just fulfill the task. And it's super easy because it's more of a self-identity shift. If you commit to the shift that you want to happen, like all I'm doing is the same thing every single day. I'm just giving you a message that tied into the day before, right? To get us to the goal for the 21 days, and you pick that one thing, right? And then we're all together, we're going to accomplish that one thing. So we'll have one thing that we do all together, which is the 21 day, right? We're speaking into ourselves, the affirmations, the visualization. We do our tapping, make sure that we are, yes.
Okay.
Yes. So those are the things that we do together, but you have that one goal of your own that you got to lock in on, but you have your people that you lock in with 21 days and you have no excuses.
Okay.
Right?
You're right.
So you get all the information. I'll set it up for you. and make it's super easy. All you got to do is just show up for yourself.
Okay, show up for myself. Okay, now, if I was going to give people 3 tips, 3 things to do to get ready for the end of the year, I think one, I'm just going to go deeper on what you said because what you said is really it.
Mm-hmm.
So get clear and go ahead and sit down and write a visualization about that so that it's clear. Now, visualizations, I wanted to be present tense. I now want you to pick a specific day and everything you want to be present on that day. And so, for example, if you want $100,000 in the bank by December 1st, then let's pick December 1st. And so I wake up feeling good on December 1st and my sales have been going well and I met my goal. So I sit down at the computer and I check my accounts and I see that, oh my God, I did reach my goal. And so because of that, I'm so excited about myself and I start to make sure all my bills are paid. And then I realize, wait a minute, all my bills are already paid. It feels so good to just sit here in abundance. I think I'm going to go on a little bit of a shopper street because I've handled my responsibilities. I've did what I needed to do. And it's showing up literally in my bank account. It feels so good. And so that would be a good example of kind of writing it out. And then you're going to read it every day until you get to that day. And so I think what can happen is sometimes when it's just in our head, we think we're clear, but we aren't that clear. And so, but when we sit down and we start writing it out, because this is one of the beautiful things, when you write it out, you can catch your words. Hold on one second. Somebody's knocking on the door. Okay, sorry about that. And one of the other things that you guys I just started doing with my visualizations, which is good, is because sometimes you may not catch any negative connotations in there. You can run that thing through ChatGPT and ask it to catch any negative connotations, any things that aren't 100% positive. And so any hesitancy, because you want your vibration to be clear that you have this thing already, right? Neville Goddard, you already have it. You want to live in the presence of that. And so if you are saying something like, let's see, what's a good example? On December 1st, I'm hoping that I finally did everything that I wanted to do. So that hoping that, not I have it. And so those are the things you kind of want to make sure that you're in that present tense. Like I have it, I'm looking at the account and it's exactly what I wanted it to be because I did everything that I was supposed to do to get here, to have this result. Like you want to be in it, you want to feel it, you want to be there. All right. Yeah. So that's what I'm going to say. Get clear based off of Cherise's number 1 and write it down so you can really make sure your vibration is clear on what you're looking for. And I run it through, have a friend look at it, have ChatGPT look at it and make sure that it's really just cleared out. All right. Your number 2 was set a goal. So let's see, my number 2, give that goal a due date. And so lately I've been hearing people say in the next 3 months. The problem with saying in the next 3 months, the next 4 months, the next 5 months is that's a rolling date.
Yeah.
And so you can in 10 years, you could still be saying in the next 3 months because it changes every time, with every minute, the next 3 months deadline changes. And so to double down on your pick a goal with a specific date and start telling your mind, this is the date. Because when you tell your mind, this is the date that we're going to have this accomplished by, then you got to get it done. And so it's not, I got 3 months. Now it's, I got 2 months and 28 days. Now I got 2 months and 15 days. Okay, now I only got 2 months. And so the sense of urgency to get it done by that date and the creativity can jump. When you just say, oh, I'm gonna get this done in the next 2 years, 3 months, whatever, it's a rolling date. There's no sense of urgency on it. Yeah. And so you're wondering why you can't get it done in the next 3 months because you're not getting it done by a specific date. And then this is the other thing. When you set a date, let's say like by December 31st, because you set that date. Now, if you don't get it done by December 31st, now you feel behind on this side. Oh, I got to get this done. This was due last week. This was due yesterday. This was due. And so now there's an even more increased sense of urgency because you're behind the date. Like, oh shoot, I was supposed to have this done by this date. I said I was gonna have it done. I didn't have it done. Okay, let me get it done this week because I got to get it done. All right, with that. And then, like you said, get some accountability, which means y'all got to pick at least one person to start saying these things out loud to. At least one person. At least one person. And so I think right now there's something going on where we're asked to be quiet and yet we got to talk. And so it's really going to take fine tuning of wisdom and being sensitive to the spirit and your intuition of knowing, okay, when do I talk about this and who do I talk about it with? And then who do I keep my mouth quiet around? And I think the higher you get up the ladder, the more success you get, the more you have to figure out what that line is of who do I talk to? And the people I really want you to be talking to is the people who can dream bigger for you than you can dream for yourself. So if they say, like I was listening to something the other day and I was just like, really? Who was it? Maybe it was Neville Goddard. I don't know. But it was something. Somebody on YouTube. I started off with Reverend Ike. And then I think YouTube took me to Neville Goddard or something like that. So, but I've always, in my head, for whatever reason, it was like $1 million. Like I want to be able to make $1 million annually, like have that be my annual income. And I don't know why 1 million is a number. It's just a number, I guess, because it's the number. It's a number. So anyway, but in this particular audio, they were like, you can have $10 million in 30 days. And I was like, why is my number not $10 million? Why did I stop at one? Because they were saying it like it's nothing. And so I just had to sit there and be like, why do I say 1 and not 10?
That's
Why
good.
do I say 10 and not
thank you for that.
100?
I don't know
So
how it's
whatever
going
your
to come to
number
me.
is,
Somebody
I
just
need
might want to
you-
walk up and
whatever
give
your
me the
number is,
ticket,
whatever
the winning
your
lottery
thing is,
ticket. Like, I
whatever-
don't know how it's going to come, but it's going to come.
Whatever.
And so being
I really
open
want to
completely.
encourage you to.
And so really, guys, watch your
Right now, I'm
words.
going to
Watch how you're creating these
Just
barriers.
whatever your number is in your
with
head,
your
I'm going to encourage
words.
you to double the number.
It's like, oh God, thank you for
And
that
then I want you
blessing.
to find people
my parents gave her a lottery ticket.
who can see, who can believe bigger for you than you can
And
for
they all
yourself.
won.
And so we'll
Everybody.
hold ourselves
Us
back
being one.
for whatever
Oh,
reason.
girl, say
You
that.
know,
Oh my
that
God, you
just
speaking
enough.
good stuff. Okay.
You know,
All right,
and
let's move on.
even
All right,
when I
so
think
we
about
did
that just
the
enough,
law of
I think
divine oneness.
about
We did the law of vibration.
kind of the
Then
old
we just talked about the law of
like,
action.
Christians,
And then we put in
that
some
old
down the
time
words. The law of correspondence. Did we talk about that?
No, we did not.
Slavery
Okay, so we next on the law of
mentality is.
correspondence.
All right, let me just
The
have enough
universal
food
law
on my
state
table.
that the
Okay, let me
principles
just,
are
you
laws
know,
of physics
and we do it
that
in all
explain the
kind of
physical
ways.
world,
Like,
energy,
Lord, let me just
light,
live long enough to
vibration,
see my
and
babies
motion
graduate
have
from
their
college.
corresponding
Okay,
principles in the etheric or
and so
universe,
that
etheric
just
world or
enough. Like, I
universe.
don't want to ask
Just
them
like
too
that.
much. Just,
And then
just
they
give
went
me
to the
this,
kind of
just
the
give me
Bible
that.
scripture.
When the whole world is your oyster,
as
which I don't
above,
even know
so
where
below.
that saying came from.
So what we do in the physical translates to the
like
spiritual.
really challenging
So
yourself
in a
or getting around
nutshell,
people or listening to things. And so if you can't get
You wanna
around
say
people
something?
for whatever
I
reason
was
right
gonna
now,
So in a
you need
nutshell,
to be quiet and you need to not interact with people.
patterns create
Because I know
where
people
you
go through
are.
those
What you do is
seasons.
where you are.
Then you need
know
to
what I'm
get you
saying?
some YouTube videos. It's
It's your
going
patterns.
to
Like
make
if
you think
if
bigger
you
for yourself than
if
you
you're
do.
wondering why you're where
And we
you
don't
are,
know until
it's
you
your
have an
patterns.
interaction with
It's
something
the
new.
way you do things and
You
how
don't
you
know
do
how
things
limited your thinking is.
is why you're where you
And
are.
so you got to
And I
constantly
gotta say that's been a harder lesson in life.
getting new information in your brain.
I would say a harder pill to
You got to
swallow.
constantly be doing that.
Yeah, it is.
And
This
I'm
is
going to
my
go even
life.
deeper on that because this is
Good,
something that I
bad,
need to have
I've
a conversation
created
with about myself.
Man.
All right.
So I was
for a while, I was driving
talking
to
to
the
somebody,
office, right?
as I'm
So
really
when I was
kind of
driving,
trying to
that's
get.
when I would
feel like
listen
I'm
to
gearing up
audiobooks. That's when
emotionally
I
to
would get
sell
that
the
new
marriage renewal
information in my
intensive
brain.
weekend.
Yeah.
But
I'm no longer
and
driving
actually
to the office.
to offer. Let me
So
change that word to
then,
start
when I was
offering it
getting
in a
going to the
more
gym and I was on treadmill every morning, which I should get
systematic
back to.
way.
But I was listening to my audiobooks then.
Telling my friend
and so I was getting new information into my brain.
I really want to mentally get
now,
there. Because we have created our world. So I have created this world that I am now.
And so I'm having to come up with
and
something
I have the
new.
vision
so I know
for
somebody else
a world
out
that's
there
a little bit different
just like
than what I have.
And for what,
and so I really want to make sure that my
your ritual has
mindset,
changed,
the
your
internal,
schedule has changed,
the
and so the information
spiritual
that you used to take in all the time, you're not taking in anymore.
is where it needs to be
and
to
so
manifest
I'm going
the
to encourage
external.
you, just like I'm encouraging myself to really sit down and figure out how am I going to
making sure that I'm doing the work and the vision and
where
work
I'm
and everything
consistently getting
around
this information in my brain,
and so, but
new
it all does
information in my brain.
correspond. And I want to make sure you guys know that.
A Coursera course,
I hate that that's
or something. Like if you're
I identify with you that it's a hard pill to swallow to say if I don't have something
30 minutes in the morning where we used to be driving to work to where we just sit at the kitchen table and listen to something.
Just like the things you do have, you created a world where you do have that.
It needs to become
and so it's amazing what's important to us.
A part of your
and what we've created.
Daily habit to get new information in your brain. And even if it's not new information in your brain,
y'all worries when it comes to money, right?
Information reminded.
I might be like,
and so for example,
oh yeah, I can't afford to buy that ticket, and then I'd be at Kroger spending $100.
I think everybody should be a Mary Kay salesman because you learn
watch your words, because that'll tell you kind of where your beliefs are and everything. And we all do.
You haven't read a book.
I ain't got money to do this, but I got money to do this.
You haven't read a book.
I ain't got money to do this, but I got money to do this. And it's really just your mentality.
So even if you're not getting new information in your brain, what's that old information you need to review?
Yeah, no, I am. I might have to turn
it hit you differently as you get better understanding. You know,
we don't hear anything, so go ahead.
You guys have ever had that experience where you watched a movie, but now you know the ending. You want to rewatch it from the beginning to see everything you missed that led to that ending. Like how? And so that's the power of going over something twice. But when you go over the third time and the fourth time and the fifth time and the sixth time, then you really are getting it and it's really layering in, because there's no way you're going to get all of the information the first time. Our brain it's like a plant that you put too much water in. The water's going to seep off. Some of the water's going to get in there, but some of the water's going to seep off. Definitely. And so you water the plant again and again and again. And I need you constantly kind of watering your brain, watering your mind.
Create patterns, right?
Okay, so those are the things that I want for you for the end of the year. Okay, go ahead.
I have a secret. As an adult, and I have shared this before. Of these patterns that you created and realized in my Activate Your Abundance Challenge, and anywhere I speak to anybody in my tribe. The life that I dreamed of. You listen to it in your sleep. In those patterns.
Yes. You do.
You have to get it into your subconscious. Yes, if you listen to it while you're asleep, creating the things that someone told you, getting the information deep into your subconscious, and you're not getting any blocks and distractions. Right. So if you go to sleep and you wake up and it's still playing, so whatever subliminals, whatever like one of the things that I love to listen to is the money, not affirmations, we can, but affirmations too. But I like to listen to the subliminals, right? I like to listen to the binaurals. And you can choose. And oh gosh, what's our? And those are what's our guy with the white hair?
Joe Dispenza.
Never got it. People do it every day. Oh gosh, he just recently passed
away. Every day.
He has the money affirmation
every day. Y'all who dealing with anxiety and depression,
it'll come to me in a second. So
I'm gonna challenge you to work on what you're thinking about.
Do not go to bed to that TV.
See if you still feel how you feel
random music
today in 30 days.
And a lot of people are still doing it, and I'm
trying to change your thought patterns.
At times, I'm like,
picking a new thought and purposing to think that thought daily for 30 days. And it could be just I'm getting better and better every day and every
about death,
say
or a commercial about a car crash, or a commercial about anything, crime, negative that I don't want to hear. No way will I allow that into my
just start saying, no matter what, I'm going to be okay.
Yeah.
No matter what, it's going to work out.
Something I had to learn.
Yeah. Say that every day, 3 times a day for 30 days.
But I learned it years ago. Even if it's silence is better. A lot of people have to hear noise.
It's about your thought patterns. So everything is about your thought patterns.
Listen to good noise.
And you asked the question.
Pick your noise well.
When do you start or when do you finish? It is a ever evolving process. There are so many patterns embedded in you that you have no no idea.
triggering you
and it's
back
like a
to a
peeling back the
time that
onion.
wasn't good.
You won't even
It might be
see
a great song,
a new
but what
pattern
did you
until
go
you work through five
when
other
the song
patterns.
was playing? You know what I mean? So things like that we have to be so conscious of. You
get
know,
on the
we
road
have
and
to be
start
so
driving.
intentional.
Like
And that was
just
one
start
thing I
doing the
talked
work.
about
And
at
then
the
you'll see,
event
oh
about
shoot,
being
I'm stuck
intentional
here.
about
Oh
everything
shoot,
that
I'm
you
stuck
do.
here.
You kind of
Okay. And
I
then
think you missed the
hopefully
part
it just
where
becomes a
my
wonderful.
nonprofit that I supported was my friend Patty, who has Sunrise in Heaven. Her son she lost her son. So her and one of my closest friends, Winter lost both her only children.
Oh,
And
wow.
now they have an organization for women who have lost children.
Oh, wow.
And they travel. Patty's son was, he traveled the world. He had a travel club and traveled the world. So she took on that spirit and she takes women across the world for healing retreats.
That's so amazing.
Be intentional. So when they asked me who I wanted to support for my nonprofit, immediately I knew who it was. Like, oh yeah, this is going to be Patty. And I have a couple more that I support as well, but I knew I wanted to support her because her and I've been talking about partnering for years to do her fundraiser, right? So intentionality is so extremely important. Don't you be going to bed at night.
Right.
Just anything, period.
Right.
So then also, Natalie, to top that off, so you won't feel bad when you wake up and you didn't, you might have, if you woke up late or if you woke up getting right to business, you don't feel bad because you didn't listen to anything this morning because you'll still get it in, you'll still get something in to compliment, but you got it in, you worked it in your sleep.
Yes. Oh, that's so good. That's so good. That's so good. Yeah. Okay. All right. Let's see. One more thing I want to say to people is I want to let you guys off the hook a little bit because I know some of you guys are looking at how did I get to August? Because basically we there. And I'm on the 8th month and I didn't get accomplished what I thought I'd have accomplished by this time. Okay. I want to let you off the hook. I want you to let yourself off the hook. All right. Do not beat yourself up for what you haven't done. All right. Let me say that again. Do not beat yourself up for what you haven't done. I just need you to revamp and refocus. And I want you to claim over yourself that you're going to get more done in the last 4 months than you did in the first 8 or the first 7.
Yes, you can do it. Yes,
you can do this
in abundance.
In abundance,
all that ground.
Right?
Yes.
But don't waste time saying I shoulda, woulda, coulda. Just like, oh, okay, we didn't do that. All right, this is what we need to do and how we're going to do it. And so then write it down and get her done. But do not beat yourself up for what you haven't gotten done thus far. Also, if you're looking at your schedule and you realize this ain't just it's not gonna happen. It's not gonna happen. That's fine. Let that go too.
Yeah, sure.
About 2026, we can put it on the calendar for 2026. It actually might need to be something that's on the calendar for 2027.
Yeah.
And so, just take a deep breath. Everything didn't have to be done yesterday.
Yeah.
You can space it out. You can say, I want this project done, and it don't have to be done now. It can be done 2028.
Yeah.
And so let yourself off the hook. All right. Because many of you guys put everything on the list. Not get it all done this year. That's amazing. Yeah. All right. And now you're saying, I didn't get anything done. Right. So let's stop it. Stop it. Throw it out to year 2027, 2028, 2029.
Yeah.
Throw it all out there. Pace yourself and pace yourself well. Yeah. And so now if you're looking at, okay, what else do I need to accomplish this year? Like back to what Cherise said, pick the one goal of the one thing that you want to get accomplished this year and then go from there. So, okay.
And it might not be the full goal. Like it might be a piece. It might be a huge piece to the goal, right? That you want to finish by the end of the year. It might be a certification.
Yeah.
It might be a license for something. It might be a class to start a series. You know what I mean?
Yes.
So just think simple, but do something toward it.
That's so good. That's so good. And then, guys, I just want to remind y'all, when you're doing projects, things, the last 20% is the hardest, and the last 10% is the hardest. Like, it's even harder than the last 20. And so give yourself grace, because it often feels like, well, I've done all this work and it feels like I can't get it over the hump. Like, I can't quite get it finished. So I'm going to advise you, if that's you and you got the first 80% done and you're struggling on the last 20, can we hire somebody to bring it to the finish line for us? Can we get somebody to, everybody was calling it body doubling, like to come in and have somebody like sit with you to get it done? Do you need to go lock yourself in a hotel room for 24 hours to finish it and get it done? Like, what do you need to do to get that thing done that needs to be done? Okay. There's no shame in hiring it out.
No.
There's no shame. It is getting it done. So if you got 80% of that thing done and you just can't figure out how to get the last 20%, that's fine. That's fine.
Yeah.
Get it done. Get it done. Hire somebody to get it done. Get your cousin to do it, something, so that it gets done. Because complete, you can move on. But when it's just hanging out there because you can't quite figure out how to do that last piece, just let's go on and get it done. Hire somebody, ask somebody, farm it out, do whatever you got to do.
Yeah, I agree. Right. I agree.
All right. What else? Let's start to wind them down and bring them on home for the day. All right. What else do you want them to know?
I think overall, just let's get clear about what we want, by the end of this year, so that we can go into 2026 like we want to, just confident, And I love what you said about, just overall, you have to see it in abundance. Like, stop looking at it in lack. Like, there is no lack. Whatever you want, it is. Whatever you see, it is. So if you see it in lack, that's what you're going to get. If you see it in abundance, and it's not easy. Let's be clear. Let's let you off the hook with that. It's not easy to see everything positive. It's not easy to see everything in abundance. But you can change your mind. You can change the way you see things. You can change the way you see yourself, value yourself, the way you feel about yourself. You can change it. You can shift it, and that's why I'm so passionate about those 21 days, because, and granted, it's just the start of it. It's just the shift, so that then you can go operate in abundance, because you have to continue everything that you did, the 21 days that you used to start the habit. Now you got to go live the habit, right? And that's the hard part for people. Live the habits, but we're just in a day and in time now, like, you just don't have any other option. What other option?
Right? Oh, that's so good. That's so good.
You don't have no more options.
Just out of options. Okay. My takeaway for people today is to go ahead and plan the rest of the year. Like, go ahead and do it now. And so I know we talk about, I'm usually big on Q1, Q2, Q3, Q4. Something's feeling different about this year, though. For whatever reason, I want you guys to sit down, look at August, September, October, November, December, these last 5 months. Because I don't know why. I guess having that conversation yesterday made me feel like December 31st is like right around the corner. And I feel like these last 4 months are going to go by really fast. Just because it seemed just that conversation, like, man, we're here. So I really want you guys, and I know I usually am talking to y'all about staying in the quarter and doing what you need to do for the quarter. But I think something is required different. I think somehow something is shifting, that we need to think about the whole end of the year. The whole end of the year. And so I'm really going to ask you guys to sit down, to get quiet and think about the end of your year. What do you want to happen in these next 5 months? Because we're there.
Gosh.
What does that look like? And if you can take as much time off as I am going to take this year, it's really 4 months. We have 4 working months left.
Yeah.
So with your 4 working months, what will you do? And I want you to sit down and write that down. I want you to sit down and get quiet and figure out, what does that look like? And I know there's a couple of y'all, but y'all, it's still stuff up in the air, and I don't know. Okay, well then come up with
a decision. Oh God, make a decision.
Or, and if the decision is out of your hands, then I need you to come with plan A and plan B. So if they say yay, this is plan A. If they say nay, then we're going with plan B. But like have it figured out. Like have it figured out. So anyway, all right. Oh, our hearts and minds clear. Cherise, you feeling good and
hearts and minds are clear. I feel amazing per usual.
I feel amazing too. I just want y'all to be ready for the end of the year, though. I don't know why I'm feeling like this.
I think we have to take our own accountability and show up for some people, to push some people through,
Definitely so.
without putting ourselves on the back burner, because I feel compelled to show up like I need to.
Yeah. Okay, I can see that too. Okay. All right, people. Y'all have a wonderful Tuesday. All right. Bye.
Audio Jungle.